Hello everyone, this is your helpful cephalon here, and in today's video, I will be showcasing my Rakta Dark Dagger build for the steel path. If this interests you, make sure to stick around to the end of this video for the build, and without further ado, let's get into this. Before we get started, let's have a refresher on the Rakta Dark Dagger. This weapon can be found in the Red Veil Syndicate, and is a status-heavy weapon at the cost of a lot of crit chance and multiplier, so I suggest going for a status-based build when using this. Furthermore, an interesting perk it has is, it'll give you overshields upon radiation status procs as it already has radiation on it. Therefore, I suggest using this weapon with Harrow as it works very well with the rest of his kit, and helps him with survivability as it helps building up more overshields. You can see we are now in the steel path. Now this weapon isn't the best weapon to use, but it's also not the worst. It's somewhere in between. To be honest, I personally still use it, because I just enjoy the look, and also it's pretty powerful. It just isn't my top favorite, because there's still better weapons out there. However, it is still a viable weapon to use. Thanks to its amazing status chance, most of the damage that you deal will be from just status procs, and most of the time you only have to hit enemies like 3 times before the status just kills them. Now I will say the only problem I really have with this build and weapon is the stance mod, as I only have one stance mod for daggers. I'm forced to use it, and it's really not that good, mainly because I miss a lot of my strikes with the stance, and if you don't like it, then you can just use a stance former and change it. I haven't, because I just don't want to add a form to it, as this is a 0 former build, because I just don't like adding former to my weapons, unless I need to. But overall this weapon is still pretty good, and I do highly recommend it. Onto the actual build itself. For the stance I have Homing Fang, then it's Condition Overload for the extra status damage, then Khan's Mandible for extra status chance and slash damage, then it's Pressure Point for extra base damage, then Gleaming Blight for extra status chance, then it's Weeping Wounds for more status, then Virulent Scourge for toxin damage and more status, then Vicious Frost for cold damage and more status, and finally Primed Reach for extra weapon range. As you can see, this is a very status heavy build. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, and subscribe and comment down below on any future builds you want to see next. On a side note, you can get the Gleaming Blight Augment mod from the Red Veil Syndicate. This has been your helpful cephalon signing out.